as you guys know, I've done 9 rag rides. I'm scheduled for number 10. And people always ask me, do you always do the full thing? Because some people ride on and do like one day of it. But every time I've done all 7 days, the whole week, except for one. And I'm going to tell you that story. So all of my rag rides, except for 2 of them, have been with this guy, Gary. And he is my mom's cousin. I think he's like my 2nd or 3rd cousin. Today he's 82 years young. Here I think he's probably mid-70s. I don't know, I don't recall what year that is. But all my he's done 28 of them. He started doing when he worked at American Airlines. He was on the American Airlines team, and then he kind of stopped doing it for a while. He is super fit. He used to be a triathlete, then he started having knee trouble, he started having something trouble, and he started doing marathoning, started having some other trouble, so he switched to tennis, started having elbow trouble, so he switched to cycling. So he's been super fit. This was 2019. This is Bob, his son-in-law. He rode with us, and I just want to show you, because you might not be able to tell, but look at those guns. I am impressed. I am jealous of those guns. He is super duper fit. This is 2016. He's fixing his temple broke. So we were all set to ride last year. He'd been training in 30. He'd been in 30-mile rides. 7:15. I was supposed to meet up with him the night. Which when you do when you ride into the end town or drive, and then you park your car, and then you get bus to the beginning, and then you slowly ride to your car. So I got up at 7. I saw him. I got up, and our bus was going to leave at 8. I saw him at 7:15. I went over to the area, and I put my bags down. I said, "Hey Gary, how you doing?" He seemed okay. He was sitting in the back of a trailer, and I put my bags down. Then I went back to where I was going to park my car for the week, and I started getting all these calls and messages saying, "Hey, you need to find Gary. He's having some problems." So I go back, and Gary is lying on the ground. He's like, "Oh, I can't do it. He's surrounded by medical personnel." And they say, "All right, we're taking him to La Crosse Medical Center." So I found this out later. He has a heart attack right there at 7:30 a.m. He was all set to ride, take the bus, and then ride his bike across the state of Iowa. He was all set. He was trained and ready, but he has a heart attack. So that was 7:30 a.m. This was him at 11 a.m. Don't worry, he did survive. He's still alive. Between 7:30 a.m. and 11 a.m., he got the defibrillator where they say clear, and he says he was awake for 2 of them, which he said is not an unpainful thing. And he doesn't remember the 3rd one, but he says you really do jump off the table when they do that for you. So he has a heart attack. He is out of bypass surgery by noon. So you think about 7:30 a.m. He's already on the bus and go, and he's in bypass surgery. And by 6 p.m., I was able to go see him, and he had his tubes out of his mouth, passed out, all those things. So he's telling me at 7:30 a.m. get on the bus and just ride. But I'm like, no, I can't do that. I got to call your daughter. He's got 3 daughters. So I'm calling them to tell them what's happening. And so that's that. So, and the first person I called was somebody your age, it's his granddaughter. I always have something to drink while you're up here speaking, maybe. I'm calling her imagine getting a call at 7:30 a.m. Hey, your grandpa's having a heart attack and he's getting ready to ride across the state of Iowa. So throughout the week, the reason I called a 5-day is I reconnected with my ragbar crew on Tuesday, kept riding. I heard that he was doing better. Then about Friday, he's sitting there, he's having lunch, he gets agitated and has a stroke. So he has a heart attack on Sunday, stroke on Friday. And there's his new scar. So he survived this. If you ever want to have a stroke, have it at a hospital because there's all kinds of medical personnel around. That's the way to do it. So anyway, I visited him. Finally, I was able to visit him on the Saturday when I arrived back at the in town, and I adjusted his "What helps me feel comfortable" Miller High Life. That was my contribution. So he survived. He's doing well. He is not the same, and he's definitely ridden his last reg. He should not be driving, but he is. They took away his license, but he's still driving. And he's got 3 daughters who should be taking care of that, but they haven't. Anyway, he's not the same. He shuffles when he walks. You ask him a question, it takes him a little bit to respond. Should not be driving, but he is. And so he is the reason I have my 1 5-day Ragbri, and that's my story of Ragbri by Heath Deposit. Go ahead.
Does he still have his guns?
Gary,
Like
His muscles.
his muscles.
oh, the gun show.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He still got those?
I think so. Oops, that's not where I want to go. Probably. He still works out. He's limited, but yeah, that. I mean, that's 2016. I mean, you can, and I didn't really point them out there. I don't know if you noticed them. They were in the first photo too. It's not a one-time show. He's always got those guns. People ask me if he's ex-military, but he's not. But he was super fit, and he's and like I say, and other interesting thing was this Ragbri, the one that we were going to ride together. This was the year that I was going to be exactly half his age, and I was really getting excited to show up to get on the bus and saying, "Hey Gary, this is the Ragbri. I'm half your age." But yeah. So we'll go to this photo. You can pause it now.